Hi, this is Amy Jo Berman with your quick acting/auditioning tip of the day. So today's tip is about having a bad reader who sounds really monotone and makes you want to fall asleep. If you've ever had a really bad reader reading lines opposite you, you're going to want to watch this tip. Come on, let's go. Okay, so has that ever happened to you? You get into an audition, you're all fired up, you've got your character, it's rich, it's full, and you're ready, and you get in there and you read, and the other person is just reading lines like an automaton. And here's what happens. So either that totally throws you and you're like, right, and then your audition goes down the toilet, or you have the skill to handle it and know how to perform beautifully despite what the other person is doing. So here's how you handle that. Number one, be prepared for it. It's going to happen. It'll happen more often than it won't happen because most of the time the readers are not, professional actors. So you have to just know that. If you know that in advance, it's not going to throw you like, oh yeah, bad reader, cool, whatever. All right. And as you're preparing, here's the other part of the equation. As you're preparing, it's really important that you envision the other person, that when you're reading your lines, right? Like, so, okay. Sometimes, I get so many ideas and they all want to come out at once. I'm going to break this into two things. If you work with a coach or you work with somebody else while you're preparing, here's how to handle it. So have your coach, and I do this with my clients sometimes too, depending. Have your coach or whoever it is read opposite you and give you a lot to work off of so that you can create the reading that you want to. And then at the end, and I do this and it's really effective with my private clients, is sometimes I'll do a couple of readings where I'm reading like an automaton at the end, after they've already created their thing, so that they'll know what to expect despite the reading that's coming from the other person, from the reader. All right, so that's what you can do if you have a reader. Have them do that with you so that you know how to handle it when it happens. If you don't have a reader and you're preparing on your own, you do this in your head. You envision the other person reading opposite you as good and as amazing as a Meryl Streep or as a Robert De Niro or whoever you think is amazing, okay? You have to imagine their performance being like that so that you can play off of that imaginary performance in your mind when you're preparing. You're actually working off of that even though it doesn't exist, but you're an actor, okay? So you know how to create that. Things like that from your imagination. You need to create that reading and then you need to work off of it. So when you get in the room, it doesn't matter what that person does. You want to have a combination of being able to work off of them, their live human being energy in front of you. But if they're not giving you the reading that you need in order to bounce back, then you need to revert to the imaginary performance and kind of paste it right over their face. Does that make sense? Anyway, so those are my tips for you. I actually can deal with this in a lot more depth in a private consultation, but I hope that helped you, know how to deal with a really bad reader when you get in the room. If you found this tip helpful, please do leave me a thumbs up and drop me a comment. I really do want to hear from you. And go ahead and get on my mailing list for more awesome tips right to your inbox at amyjoberman.com. And I'll see you on the next video.